when the war started. They protected me. Took better care of me than humans would have.
They're not people, Maya. It's just programming.
All right, hello everybody. We are here before and after the movie.
That's right, we're in the building.
guys.
That's
We're
right,
here
that's
going to
right.
see the creator.
That's right, the creator, we're ready. That's
All right.
it.
Scoot, you want to give a rundown?
Listen,
what we think it
rundown is
'cause
this. Listen, we got, shucks, I always call him Denzel Jr., you know what I'm saying? So we got Denzel Washington.
Equalizer 18.
Yes, Equalizer, get ready for it when it does come out. Training Day Part 2020. He's probably going to be in there for all the money. Just get ready for it. But we got him in the building. He's going to be holding it down. In this feature right here, it's kind of that sci-fi feel. So what do you have? You got robots that we go ahead and entrusted. Kind of a little bit of a Terminator story in there. A tad bit, but however, with a lot more love, it seems to be as far as in there.
We'll
a little
see.
bit more
We'll see.
compassion. However, what we're looking at is you got the robots that are going ahead and we've trusted them. They've done something, turned against the humans. So guess what we did? We turned against them. So in this, it looks like there's some kind of robot child that's created, however, has enough empathy and possibly exude some sympathy to get Brother Washington to go ahead and come along with this thing and carry us on this. You got Ken Watanabe. Of course, if you watch good old-fashioned The Last Samurai, you know who that guy is. But you have a cast of other great characters in this, but we're just ready to see how this plays out. I didn't watch anything as far as with this movie, so what you're looking at right now is 3 turkeys because we're going in cold.
That's it.
Definitely. We blank thing.
That's it.
And we just dragged Marquis, and he was like, I don't know anything about this movie.
That's
right.
We don't
That's
know
right.
nothing.
We don't. We're excited.
Yeah, we
That's
saw the
it.
previews
Yeah.
and everything.
But I wanted
That's
to
it.
see
like-
it. I wanted
Yeah.
to see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We really like John David,
Yeah.
so we're really kind of ready for it.
That's
and
right.
all kind of things. We're at Cinema South here.
How about that,
Yeah.
man? Look at that. How
There's
about
a
the
story.
creator story?
All right, we're going to tell you the story a
Yeah.
little bit later after the movie about these 2 cats and
That's
and
it.
I
what-
had to come and check them out because, you know, Denzel Washington is like passing the torch, so I had to come support that for sure.
That's
All right,
right.
well,
That's
that's
right.
Mainly why I'm here.
You
but,
see that?
but I did hear we're in for a good one, so we'll let you know.
Before
And
after
the
the movie.
Are you going to heaven?
No. You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
So we're the same. We can't go to heaven because you're not good. And I'm not a person.
Hello, everyone. We are back after the movie.
After the movie.
After the movie,
Going to see The Creator.
Let me tell you, we
Wow.
came, we
saw,
saw,
we
and
conquered.
we conquered
Yes, we
the
did.
creator.
We
Let me tell
loved
you.
it. We loved it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you
phenomenal
something.
movie, fellas.
And we were just kind of like, it's one of those movies where we didn't know anything, like we said
Right.
before. We didn't
Right.
know anything going on about this movie. We knew that John David Washington was in it.
Yeah.
We knew that it was going to be
Yes.
about AI.
Yes.
But we just kind of didn't know where it was going,
Right.
what the things led up to it, and all of that. And
Right.
we're not going to be giving you very much about it. There's it's just a heavy-duty
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Lots of
Yes.
messages
Yes.
throughout it.
Yes.
But John David
Right.
Washington,
Right.
who has impressed me in so many films, in the
Right.
TV series,
Right.
Ballers.
Yeah.
He was in that too.
Gotcha.
So a couple of things. The director of this, and
Gareth Edwards.
Yep.
also did
Yes,
Rogue
Gareth
One in the
Edwards.
Star Wars
Yes.
series. So a lot of the special effects, a lot of the things that we were really, the spaceships were cool.
Amazing.
Everything.
Amazing.
Everything about this tech that he did in this is really, really, really good.
Yes.
And
Some of the best
it-
you ever
yes.
see.
some of the
Yes.
best, and
Some
it
of the best you
sounded
ever
good. It sounded good. It looked good. The
Yep.
storyline is
Right.
mind blowing.
Phenomenal.
Scooter says he needs to see it like 4 times
Yeah.
in the
You better
theater.
In the
believe it.
theater.
You better
So,
believe
yeah.
it.
So
Yes.
you'll probably see him.
Yes.
I might even do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So the one thing about it, before I hand it over to Scoot to tell us a little bit about the cast, I just want to say that this is probably one of the best films I've seen this year.
I would
Absolutely.
strongly agree.
Absolutely.
I would strongly
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
Scooter, before we go to you
Yeah.
and check out this shirt.
Yeah,
he's
yes,
got,
yes, you guys, you got
see
it.
it.
You see it right here.
There it
you're
is.
going to be able to
You get
get
ready.
one of those.
Listen, hit in the comments, for
Get a
ways to get with the
close-up on
Flybird of the official before and after the
the
movie
movie.
podcast T-shirt.
All right, we
That's
want to make
right.
sure we got that
Yeah.
in there. We want to get that in there, and I'm going to go with Marquis because he was like
Yes,
he was
yes.
a last minute addition to
Yes.
our team tonight. We're so
That's
glad
right.
to have him along here. And so, tell us a little bit what you enjoyed.
So number one thing is hats off to John David, the cast.
Right.
One of my big things was to see Denzel Washington's son, do his
Yes.
thing on the big
Yes.
screen. These guys have enlightened me that he has been in a few
Yes.
like
Yes.
top tier movies.
Yes.
But this right here is
Yes.
probably going to be his best one yet. The technology in the movie was amazing. The storyline with humanity and AI and the robots was
yes.
amazing. I can't wait till you
Yes.
guys see that and give some feedback on here
Right.
in the comments. The other part is the I'll tell you, something we never look at because we leave the theater when it comes on was the credits.
Right.
The credits
The
was
longest.
Oh,
longest
man,
credits,
man.
but most respected credits probably I've ever seen,
Right.
and probably will ever see for a long time. I
Right.
mean, because when you watch the movie, you'll figure out and respect why the credits are so long.
Absolutely.
It's such an international film that it hit on every level. So
Yes.
yeah, that's my take on it. But a phenomenal movie and one of the best probably of 2023 and for
Yes.
years to come.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So-
think so.
Absolutely.
Think so.
Absolutely.
Scooter, you want to talk about what you felt about the movie, and then we'll get into the cast? Because
you
you're like
yeah.
hyped.
First and
Yeah.
foremost, man, let me tell you something. There's
Yeah.
films that you see out there that you're like, man, this is gonna be a good film. I think this is gonna be a good film, and you don't expect greatness from this film right here. Expect greatness,
Yep.
but expect it in layers.
Yep.
And I'm talking about more layered than that buttered popcorn that you'll probably eat while you're watching it, or than this guy eats.
That's it.
But just expect that. I mean, so many layers to this film. I mean, shucks, I don't know where to start, and no pun intended, this film is literally on so many levels a work of art.
Yes,
It is. It's, oh my, it has something for everybody.
Yep.
If you're in very few films tackle circling D, and when I say D, I mean all of the above. And I'm talking about the drama. I'm talking about the emotion. I'm talking about the trauma. I'm talking about the action, the visuals. I mean, Gareth Edwards, phenomenal. I mean, great job of just holding things together as far as with this cast, which you had a phenomenal cast too as well. And another person, man, was seeing that name of Hans Zimmer. Seeing Hans Zimmer's name up there, and it kind of made a lot of sense. When you got that kind of guy, you got Gareth Edwards, you got Hans Zimmer in there, it's going to make for a winner of a film.
That's right.
And that's exactly what you get with this one. This is the one where I normally say go ahead and go support your theater and stuff like I normally do. You need to go see this movie probably a few times at the theater.
That's a fact.
You need to go. This movie has that many layers to it. It is that kind of film, whether you like it. And like I said, I just expected to watch a good science fiction film. I did not expect to watch a work of art. And I guess I'll tell you what, these guys can attest to it. It doesn't have the feel of a science fiction
No,
film.
it does
No,
not.
no.
It
No,
really
does
doesn't.
not.
It tackles.
You don't
on-
know what you're in.
No.
Yes,
It's really authentic. It's really authentic.
It does not. Yeah, get that.
Yeah.
It's one of the few films that, and it had a very powerful, and I mean a powerful preview to the point where I was at the movies with some family members, and the preview went on, and it was Steven Tyler's Dream On playing, and the preview went off, and guess what you heard? You heard a family member of mine yelling in the background, still singing "Dream On, Dream."
on
I
now.
mean, in a movie theater filled with people, you got a chance to see that. So I say that to say that kind of ocean and emotion does not stop in this
Does
film.
not.
It doesn't. Shucks, I'll get to the cast real
let's go
quick.
to this cast here.
John David Washington, man, kudos for listen. Thank you for making a film like this.
Absolutely.
Super thankful. Madeline, Una Voiles. Let me tell you something. The chemistry that those two had, and with John and Madeline, phenomenal. When you watch it, I'm telling you, you have to watch it. They both did a great job just exhuming the emotion that just kept you locked in the whole time. And from start to finish, in that short amount of time, you get a chance to see the evolution of the emotion all the way to the ending of the film. Just greatly done. You don't get a chance to see that in all kind of films.
Nope.
So I don't miss. Of course, you got Gemma Chan. Of course, one of the Flybird's love interests. I'm just saying. She's
from the Eternals.
I'm just saying. I mean, he's saying eternally yours. So hey, you might go ahead and Jenna, you might go ahead and win a dinner date with the Flybird. We don't know.
You never know.
So we'll keep it at that. But also, you had Ken Watanabe, man.
Whoa.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean.
He was great in this movie.
Great job, and you like I said, you could just see the evolution, from the Rogue One film with with Gareth Edwards all the way to this one. But you could see where he brought some elements, but still made this a brand new film. And then of course we got to go ahead and give props to Allison Janney.
She was good. I have to say my feelings about her changed.
Right.
Towards the end of the movie, but she's amazing in this film. If you remember her, she was in the West Wing, and she's also in I, Tanya. I'm not sure if she got an award for that.
Gotcha.
I mean, she's just amazing. So
she did. I'll tell you what, she did a phenomenal job just embracing her role as the villain in this film, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about when you do watch it. Phenomenal job. But overall, I mean, these are just some of the people that we put in the front, but you'll see overall the cast work together, gelled together. Once again, this is, to me, in my humble opinion, probably one of the greatest films I've seen this year. One of the greatest I've seen this year.
We do.
I will do it that justice. So once again, it's it is a sci-fi film. But when people say sci-fi, it doesn't feel like that. When people say sci-fi film,
I'm kind of bordering on what is sci-fi on this.
Absolutely,
because that's almost like science fiction.
Absolutely,
but they were mixing it in what could be.
Absolutely, I mean,
so I don't know.
You've seen elements of that. Like I said, even
I thought Blade Runner, like daytime Blade Runner.
I can
you know what I mean?
That. I can
because
see
you
that.
weren't sure who was. Because they mixed.
Gotcha.
We don't want to give too much away, but they mix humans with the AI people, and so you don't really kind of know who might be good, who might be bad.
Absolutely.
And there's you have to listen to the movie because what was being told to us and the other people in the other Americans, because it's really interesting how he put this world together.
Absolutely.
Man,
so
it was crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's truly, and like I said, so many layers to it. You'll see somewhat of a reflection within this, I guess you could say, science fiction. Within some of the nonfiction we experience in daily life, and I'll leave it at that.
No, I'm going to go with it because one of the things that you see in some of these movies, I think it's brave that they cast John David. Because being a person of color, it's kind of he really, really stood out. And I didn't see him. Did you guys see anybody else, person of color, of? I mean, if you're looking at Asian persuasion,
that's gonna that's gonna cause for us to go back. That's a good reason for us to go back and watch this movie again at the theater.
Right, but the thing about it is, it is something where I think that's a brave choice of casting because he could have thrown anyone in there. But with his emotion, I think. I think someone once told me it's not so much of the person of color or culture, it's the best person who's the actor for that role. John David was definitely that.
He was phenomenal.
He's just. I mean, he's always been good, but he just kicked it up.
This one right here, I'm telling you, and like I said, one of the greatest films of this year. I mean, there'll definitely be all kind of contenders. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is definitely not a pretender. Definitely one of the greatest. Absolutely, the emotion he embodied in this film is truly second to none. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him on the Oscars. I wouldn't be surprised.
I agree.
I'm going to go that far to say it. I would not be surprised.
Movie might
the cast and the movie. The cast and
I think the movie is going to be.
I mean, shucks, you got the with Hans Zimmer. I mean oh my gosh, you got so much with this. I mean, like I said, we could talk for days, months. Maybe even.
But we got another story to tell.
Absolutely.
We got another story to tell.
We're here
at Cinema
at
South.
Cinema South. where these two guys, 4 or 5 years old, was taken by this guy.
Yeah.
So if
Now
you could look
dating
at
me.
us now with a little bit of grays, and we don't brush them away, we wear them with pride.
Wear
How
'em with
about
pride.
that?
Wear 'em with
We
pride.
ride them with pride.
That's
That's
right.
it. We ride with pride when it comes to hair.
I think I'm going to let these guys tell
Yeah.
the story because,
Yeah.
and this is kind of like a special edition
Yes,
because
absolutely.
To have all three of us here
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At this
As-
theater.
at
A little
this
historical
theater.
moment. A little
Yeah,
historical moment.
So going to see a movie, and
In this
we're gonna
theater
date
here?
at this theater here. And the movie was, if you want to go look it up, was Transformers the movie. And no, I don't mean the one from around in the mix 2007. I'm talking about the one where they called it Transformers the movie, but it really was more of an anime.
Yeah.
And this guy went ahead and took these guys to go ahead and check it out. And then he let these little guys go ahead and run up.
How old were we?
Probably about 5 and 4, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5 and 4 years
5,
old.
6,
yeah.
something
Look
like
at
there.
these stud
Yeah.
boys. They're stud boys.
And what do we get to do?
And allowed these guys to run up. And I believe MCI and AT&T had a friends and family. You could reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah.
Well, he allowed us to go ahead and reach out
Yeah.
and touch the screen
Man.
at the theater.
Man.
So in the minds of these 5 and 4-year-old, maybe 5 and
Yeah.
6-year-old guys, you could imagine kind of what that did. You see these big characters on the screen, and I get a chance to go ahead and touch where they were.
Yep.
So, and as you can see, fast forward to now, we got the grays.
That's right.
And guess what? He may have the days, we got the grays, but we're here back. And now
Yeah.
we're doing podcasts for before
Still rocking.
and after the movie.
That's right.
Still going to see
right.
movies, still inspiring people to see movies, and taking probably younger versions of ourselves to go ahead and see the movies.
Yep. Passing
How
it
about
on.
that?
Passing
Passing
That's
it
it.
on.
That's
So we're
it.
trying
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Where it all started.
That's right. You don't got to
Yeah.
sit on the porch to go ahead and pass on the torch.
That's right.
So remember that. That's it.
I just want to say, if anything, I tell these guys privately how proud I am of them.
Man.
Oh, man.
And
Peace and
they keep
blessings.
telling me that I had a role in who they
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah.
All I wanted them to do was just
Yes.
know that someone cared about them.
That's right.
And I had their back. We're going to go get some popcorn,
That's it,
go see
man.
movies.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Never in my wildest dreams
That's
that
it.
I would think some blankety blank years,
Yeah.
decades,
That's right.
that we would actually be going to the movies,
That's right.
sitting there with popcorn
Still
and,
rocking.
and just having a good
Man.
time.
That's it.
I'm going to just confess it right now.
Yeah.
I love these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
My
That's
my
it.
heart is
That's it.
overfilled
That's right, bro.
with
That's
the
right.
men
Love you, man.
and
Yeah.
men and
Yeah.
fathers they have
Yeah.
become.
Amen.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to say. I'm just proud of these guys, and I can still see Scooter going up the crowd because people were going like this, looking at me like, "Go get that kid," and I was like, "Hey," and I kept my eye
I was
on
like,
him.
no.
Yeah.
No, I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Let him flow.
he's
That's it.
not
That's it.
bothering anybody.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm watching him. I see
Yeah.
him.
That's
You know,
it.
he won't go out of my sight.
That's right.
And he came up there and he came right back to me.
Yeah.
Went back. I think he had popcorn. I don't know.
That's it.
But went back and sat there and enjoyed the movie. That's what it's about. That's what I wanted these
That's
guys
it.
to have.
Movies, comic books,
That's
man.
it.
That's right,
Yeah.
comic
That's
books,
it.
man. These
That's
guys,
it.
like I said
That's it.
before, I couldn't be any more prouder than
That's it.
I am, like the guys that they
Yeah.
became. And I'm just going to leave it at that because
Amen, man.
I'll get, what do they call that, verklempt?
That's
you
all
guys-
right.
The fly bird.
That's it, the fly bird. Hey, and we got to hit him. Look at that.
That's right.
That's it.
That's
the fly
right.
bird is in the building.
That's right.
So when you see us out there like this, or you see at the red carpet event, and you see that, listen, just know
Throw up the
it's the
bird.
fly
For the
bird.
fly
Okay.
bird.
All I
That's it.
can say,
That's
all I
it.
can say is that these guys, like I said before, they fill my heart.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm not having a good day, these guys, I don't know if it was an investment, but these guys pick me up. Come on over, get in the hot tub.
Let's kick
Yeah,
it. Let's have a good
let's
time.
have a
That's
good
it.
time. What are
That's
you
it.
doing?
Yeah.
That's
So,
it.
like I said, I don't want to get too much into it because we'll be here for hours
That's right.
and run out
That's
of
right.
all
A
kinds
lot of
things.
history
right.
here. A lot of
That's
history
right.
here.
So we're gonna kind of like wrap it up. The creator, you gotta go see
Absolutely.
it. You have to
It's a
see it on the
must-
big
it's a
on the big
must-see,
screen.
must-watch.
Yes.
And like I said before, sometimes I sit there at the movies, especially when a movie I don't know anything about and it hits me. It's the best feeling ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Popcorn,
Yeah.
Definitely.
just
Yeah.
eating popcorn, drinking
Yeah.
whatever you got to drink,
Powerful.
non-alcoholic also.
You better believe it.
That's right. We're a kid show.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And hanging out with these guys, man.
I didn't even watch the previews for this movie, so
I didn't watch
for this
anything.
One, I'm kind of happy that I didn't because man, it was pretty raw. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we are going to see you again before
And after the movie.
They're coming to get me.
I'm like a bodyguard. I'm getting you out of this.